Hello and welcome to Relationship Builders Incorporated. I'm Dr. Vaughn Foster, the Executive Director. Today I'd like to spend some time answering a question or two from people who have submitted questions through our website, Facebook page, Twitter page, or even through snail mail. Let's see what we have with us today. Today's question comes from a person who wants to know, how do you develop a relationship with a person of a different generation, perhaps a teenager, who is convinced you do not like them? Well, let me start with there's always a background story. Although we get the questions in and we try to answer them to the best of our ability, there's always additional information pertaining to people involved in the relationship that we may not know. And so let me, as a form of a disclaimer, ask that you take time and spend time talking with the person, and if need be, getting someone to be a mediator or even a counselor as you work through your relationships. With regards to today's question, there are two important pieces. First of all, the question is, how do you relate to, how do you converse with, how do you develop a relationship with a person of a different generation? There is a different way of viewing things depending on who you are and when you were born. Your grandparents and parents and your children and grandchildren may all view things a bit differently because of the generation in which they were raised. And so you do want to be sensitive to that. But usually it's more a matter of how do you say what you want to say. As long as you're showing respect and for the other person's opinion and viewpoint, they tend to listen to you a lot longer than if you don't. So if you're trying to establish or build a relationship with someone of a different generation, remember that they may have a way of viewing things that's different than the way your generation sees things. Be patient, be humble, and take time to hear them thoroughly before inserting your own opinion or thoughts. With regard to people who feel you don't like them, that's a more challenging question than it may seem to be on the surface, because sometimes you're battling myths. The problem may not be that you don't like them. I mean, if you don't, then I think it's a little bit easier to start with the problems that exist because of your relationship. However, if you don't have a problem with the person and if it's just something that they're perceiving, it's going to be a little more difficult to address. So the first thing you can do is to, again, humbly try to communicate with the person and articulate your concern. And at the same time, try to get them to open up about why it is that they feel you don't like them. If you can get to the evidence, if you would, that'll be helpful in your efforts to establish a relationship or to rebuild a relationship. I should warn you that you want to be very prepared that some of the things that are going to be said might be hurtful. They may be difficult to hear. But if you would be humble enough to allow the person to express what it is they feel, why it is they feel it, and to own any area where you may be sowing into that pain or that distrust or that hurt that they're feeling, then you may be able to build or reestablish a relationship with them. Well, that's our question for today. Although we won't be able to get to every question, we hope to answer a question at least once a week in hopes that by doing so, we will make you a healthier person and thereby make your relationship a healthier relationship. God bless you and have a great day.